There are times when people try to create a contradiction between the end of 1 Samuel and the beginning of 2 Samuel. 1 Samuel 31 verses 4 through 5 says, "Then Saul said to his armor-bearer, 'Draw your sword and pierce me through with it, lest these uncircumcised come and pierce me through and make sport of me.' But his armor-bearer would not, for he was greatly afraid. So Saul took his sword and fell on it, and when his armor-bearer saw that Saul was dead, he also fell on his sword and died with him." So Saul is dead, right? 2 Samuel chapter 1 and verse 10 tells us that an Amalekite came on the scene where Saul was still alive. That man told David, "So I stood beside him and killed him because I knew that he could not live after he had fallen. And I took the crown which was on his head and the bracelet which was on his arm, and I have brought them here to my Lord." So Saul was killed by an Amalekite. Aside from the fact that an Amalekite should have been the last person in the world to be admitting this, and probably the last person in the world Saul would want to kill him, what are the facts in the case? It can be explained as a case of Hebrew brevity. The two accounts, in other words, they are one and the same, but the first account, it very simply does not go into all the detail as 2 Samuel does. All of the details in the case were unnecessary, and so when we look at the beginning of 2 Samuel, we find it forms a very smooth transition. And keep in mind that we don't know who the author at the end of 1 Samuel was, whether he was different from the author at the beginning of 2 Samuel. Theories abound on this. However, consider this point, which I also made in the last half of the video. I'll link right up here. The end of 1 Samuel is relating history for the reader to understand. The testimony at the beginning of 2 Samuel is being given by someone uninspired and lacking any integrity in the minds of the first readers. Did he have a reason to lie? Well, of course he did. He was hoping for a reward. Everyone knew that David was an enemy of Saul. Everyone knew that David was going to be king. He would never get away with trying to profit from Saul's crown and bracelet, so they could easily be identified. So play the hero, prove you were there by bringing personal effects, and hope for a large reward. There's no contradiction. We could have even explained this as Saul had not quite died on his sword, and the Amalekite did kill him. Either way, we find that the accounts, they accord with each other. I look at this and I think, would the Amalekite have lied? Well, I think he did. The Amalekite lied, and we should not have trusted him to begin with. After all, why would we?